Oh, okay. How you feel about everything going on, sweetheart? How you doing?
Well, I'm just sick to my stomach, first of all. Rhoda, I've been sick about this whole thing, and it's just so many different layers and levels to this thing. And even when you go to the store, you drive down the street, you can look in the faces of the people in this city and in this community, and everybody is hurt. I don't really give a fuck about what's going on with Mr. Bigsby. I want to know where this baby is. I want to know where this little brown boy is. And it's my prayer and my meditation that he is still alive, that he is okay, and he comes back to our community. That's what I'm trying to keep in the forefront of my mind. Positivity. But it's so hard when you're hearing evidence and you piecing shit together and you like, something just ain't sounding right.
What type of evidence have you heard about what's going on with this case?
Well, earlier today, somebody had posted in this Facebook group about a chick that was at Harris Teeter, at the Starbucks at Harris Teeter in Fox Hill on Sunday, who saw Codi and a lady, a black woman with dreadlocks up there buying coffee or whatever. And she said, she's waving at the little boy. You know how you do with kids in the store and stuff, right? And the lady called him Codi. I don't remember the exact phrase that she said she overheard, but she called him Codi. So when I saw in the Facebook group, the chick said, yo, it's a detective, unmarked car just pulled up to Starbucks. I live like less than a mile down the road.
Right.
So I'm gone. So I went up there, ordered me a coffee, sat in the cafe, boom. Here comes the detective in an unmarked car. And she went up to the customer service desk. She went back there. She was waiting in the office, I guess, until they could get the footage pulled up. But even the employees that was in the store, like, everybody's hovering. Everybody wants answers and stuff. Even employees who are off today came up to Starbucks because we just want answers. But this whole thing about him being held like against his will, that's a little discerning.
But it has to be. But at the end of the day, everybody do deserve the right to be treated fair.
Yeah.
Now we all are concerned about Codi, but at the end of the hour, we need to know what's really going on behind the scenes. And where we are right now, it looks as though we're concerned about him. No, we're behind the scenes, and we're seeing what the police chief is doing and what the family is doing. And these are the things that we normally don't get to capture.
Right.
So behind the scenes, we're capturing what's going on between the police chief and what's going on between the family. And these are the things that's normally kept secret if it wasn't for cell phones and if it wasn't for activists coming out here and sharing what's going on.
Yeah, because y'all peeling at the layers of this onion.
Because until it hit your own front door and your child be locked up for 6 months up to a year, they found out that he may be innocent. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll be like, well, why was my child held against his will? He was innocent the whole time. We're not saying he's innocent. I don't know nothing about this case. I have my personal belief that if my child came up missing, then I did something with him. That's my personal belief.
Right.
If I can't find one of my kids that was in my house, and I was the last one. But it's not for me to be the judge. Who am I to judge? The judge has a job to do, and I'm gonna leave it up to the court system. But I just try to make sure we capture everything in forefront and also behind the scenes.
So what was the next thing for him? He had the video arraignment this morning.
Next week he's going to for a preliminary hearing.
On Tuesday they will have the
preliminary hearing on Tuesday.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And also, if the chief is watching, the chief of Hampton Police, if you're watching this video, I did ask you some touchy. I did ask you some really, really tough questions, but that is my job as a news reporter, is to hit you at every angle. What I found from you as the chief of police of Hampton, that this has been one of the most, to me, disrespectful press conference I ever attended. Most chief, when a person asks a question, they'll say, I cannot answer that question. They don't take it personal when the question's been asked. I think it was aggressive the way you answer your questions to me. I'm not talking about how you answer to anybody else. I'm talking about to me. I think the question I asked you was only fair. Was he here because he wanted to be, or was he here because he was held against his will? Like I told you before, it's a yes or no answer, and you couldn't answer that question. But we, as the public and as the news media, deserve to have known, did you hold him against his will, or was he here voluntarily? Because the news said he was here voluntarily. And I don't know no man, if his child is missing, that will stay in this building for those many days. And I don't know no man that y'all allege killed his child will actually stay in this building voluntarily. I'm Rhoda Young Live, but we are breaking it down here in Hampton.